Hi everyone, my name is Vikas Bandaru. I'm working as assistant professor in Vidyajyoti Institute of Technology, Hyderabad. My topic here is loops in C. So what are loops? In computer programming, a loop is a sequence of instructions that is continually repeated until a certain condition is reached. So loops are used to repeat a block of code. Let us have an example. One thing a computer are is very good at is repeating commands. As a person, you get really bored to do things lots of times in a row. But a computer do the same things millions or even billions of times and not get bored and is able to carry that out very well. So for example, if I wanted to wish everyone on Facebook a happy birthday by sending them an email, it might take me more than a century to actually write out all those emails to everyone. But by just few lines of code, I can have a system that can send an email to everyone on Facebook wishing them happy birthday, as you can see here. So there are totally three different types of loops in C language: for loop, while loop, and do while loop. Let's have a look on a small example of for loop. This is an example of loops of all the three constructs of loops. As you can see, there is a for loop, there is a while loop, and there is a do loop. We will be seeing one by one. Let us have a look on the for loop and let us have an execution of the for loop so to see actually what happens here. As you can see, this is our execution window, and this is a small window which keeps tracks of the variables, and we will be using it to observe how the variables are getting changed in the loop. As you can see, when the first time it enters, the control flow enters into the for loop, the value of start is 1. As you can see, it is initialized to 1. And then the for loop works in such a way that the first step is to initialize, and then it checks whether the value satisfies this condition. So here, as you can see, start is initialized to 1, as you can see here, and now end is equal to 10. 1 less than or equal to 10 is true, so it gets into the loop. As you can see, the line, the yellow color triangle is pointed at this line, and now the step is to print the value of start. As you can see, the value 1 is printed here, and you can observe something new here. Start is now 2 because just after printing this value, it goes back to this statement which is called an update statement, and it updates the current value of start. And as you can see the result here, now start is 2. Now, when we continue further, as you can see, the 2 value is printed again as 2 is less than or equal to 10, and so 2 gets printed. And again, the next step, as you might have guessed, is to update the value as you can see, start is equal to 3. And if we go further till the end, as you can see, it's pretty much clear up to this. Now, let us have a look here. Now, start is 10. As you can see, up to 9, the values are all got printed. Let's move further. Now the 10 value of start is 10, and 10 is equal to 10. It gets satisfied again, and we should get a 10 printed here. So let's move forward, and you can see the 10 is got printed. And now the value of start is 11, and when it gets to the starting position again, when it gets back to this particular condition, 11 is less than or equal to 10, does not get satisfied, and so it gets out of the loop and the loop starts stops executing. The for loop has ended. So after seeing the previous example, as you can see, this is the syntax of for loop. The first step is the variable initialization, as we have seen in the previous example. Start is equal to 1 is the variable initialization. Then the second step is condition checking, as we have seen earlier in the previous example. Start less than or equal to end is a condition check. And then the third step is variable update. And this is the syntax of a for loop. Let's move on to the next loop, that is while loop, and let's have an example of while loop. Now this is while loop, as you can see here, and when we try to execute it, this is what we are getting. So the initialization part of while loop happens even before this while loop completely. Even before the while loop, we have the initialization part, and then while loop contains a single condition checking, and if the condition is checked, it gets inside. So let us see whether it is satisfied. Because it is satisfied, it gets inside the loop, and then it prints this statement. As you can see the value here, and an update. It has not updated yet because this is not yet executed. When it is executed, you can see the change, and as you can see, these are the same 3 steps that we have seen in for loop, but a little differently formatted.